Alright guys, we're out here today with ED's XR6 and it's pretty much bone stock, but we're going to get a baseline run today before we do a few mods to it, and we might even play with a tune today and show you guys the results.
6,600 RPM, so about here.
Place where they told you what to chase, told you how to run the race, every move was on the page, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight and misbehave, had to find a way to change, had to leave to find my way. Caught up in a daydream, I beat my mind up there almost daily. It's how I pass time, no opinions safely. It's how I understand what I want in this place, see. Cause everybody wanna tell you bad things, what could go wrong, what fame brings, but success is a finicky thing, and if you ain't sure, no, it'll never be.
Alright, welcome back and welcome to some E-Series content today. For those of you that don't know, this is a very good friend of mine's car, Eddie, his XR6. It's an ED 1994 model. It's a 4-speed auto with the Tickford 6, which is a 4-litre single overhead cam, and it is the predecessor to the Barra. The basic modifications are an airbox here that we've made up out of some acrylic. Took the headlight out, has the standard log manifold, standard throttle body, pacemaker 4480 headers, and honestly that's about it. It's got 450,000 kilometers or thereabouts. It's a little bit old and tired, but we're going to see what we can do with this and have a little bit of fun. As you can see, it's in reasonably good condition, so it's a very likable car and very enjoyable. Really makes you feel like you're back in the 90s when you're driving it. As you can see, there's a lot of other E-Series, a lot of Barras, but also a lot of other E-Series here today. Really good day for it. It felt like you're right back in the 90s and we're all running our 15s, 14, 15, 16 second quarter miles. A couple of the cars are a little bit quicker, but if you stick with us, we'll take you through the process today of going from a pretty well standard car running in the low 16 second range through some tune revisions and little things that we did at the drag strip to improve our times. And as you'll see, it's time to get in the seat and let's go. We're going to try a few things here. We're going to stall it up. We're going to just hit the pedal off the line and try and flash the converter. But this is our first run. So here we're basically just trying to get an A to B pass on the factory tune. We've got ourselves a 15.7 at 91 miles per hour, which is still reasonable for the amount of kilometers the car has on it. So after a couple of oil downs, we did manage to get into our second run. We uploaded a tune, and this is basically the start of our revisions. We did many revisions, as you'll see throughout the night. Let's go for round 2. Now this is some of the footage from the Draggy. That's basically a GPS timed system where you can see your 60 foots and quarter miles, eighth mile, all that kind of stuff. You can see the FG XR6, which did get a jump on us at the start, just pulling a little bit. He actually only went 10th faster than us, so 15.2 at 93 mile per hour. So yeah, after a couple of tune revisions here, you will see that we did end up going a little bit quicker than that. But we're messing around with the timing and the fuel tables here, and we're off for another run. Unfortunately, the sound on the Draggy didn't capture. I was on a backup iPhone and it just did not work for us. But as you see, the FG got us again. It actually was pretty close. Unfortunately, they were getting us on the line. We weren't really concerned about racing head to head. We were just trying to get repeatable runs on the board so we could actually progress with our tune. So after more revisions, we ended up getting down to a 15.37 at 92.5 mile per hour, 2.346 60 foot. This is pretty reasonable, I think, for a 400,000 plus kilometer or 4-speed auto XR6. It's the FGs, the FG XR6s, even the FG Mark IIs that were there weren't going much quicker than this. I don't think I saw any of them go into the 14s. The weather obviously wasn't perfect, but with a couple more revisions of the tune, we were back out there to have a look. So as you can see, the difference here with just a tune and no other changes that we were able to make on the first night was a 15.7 down to a 15.2. That's half a second and 2 mile per hour gain. 2 mile per hour is actually reasonable, as much as it doesn't seem like it. It's a reasonable amount of power change to pick up mile per hour. So we're quicker in the 60, and the way we did that was we applied more ignition advance right down where the car stalls up. It's important to remember that before we did anything to the car, it did run a 16.09 at 88 miles per hour. That was as quick as we got. Unfortunately, it was not on camera. So after achieving our 15.2, we were back down to Willowbank Raceway the next weekend. There was another test and tune on. We did bring our little bellmouth intake with us, although we don't believe it really made any gains. So with a few more keystrokes, we decided to get it back out there, make a few more runs, and see if we could improve on that 15.2 at 92 mile per hour. What we were doing was moving the shift points around and basically trying to harness our power band that the stock cam provides as best as possible and to provide us the most average power. Let's see how we go. So after running a 15.3, which was almost equal to our best from last time, we were back onto the computer, uploading a new tune. We'd actually dropped the RPM on the shift points that we previously had and went for another run. So we found here that we did actually pick up a PB with a 15.1 at 94 mile per hour, I believe it was. So that was pretty reasonable. So we decided to drop the shift points just slightly again for our last run of the night. It was a solo run. Let's see how we go. So with a lot of timing off the line and pretty much as much timing as we could get into it without finding spark knock across the board, we managed to hit a PB. So what seemed like maybe 20 passes over the last 2 weeks, we managed to hit our new PB, 15.09 at 93.8 mile per hour. This was the quickest we'd been, and it was a whole second quicker than the car originally was when it came into our hands. And I'm pretty happy with that, and I think it goes to show that putting time into your tune at the drag strip is definitely the way to go fast. You can pick up power on the dyno and see it, but at the end of the day, what happens on the blacktop is representative of the amount of effort that you put into the tune. It's definitely something that everyone should be doing. So if you enjoyed this one, guys, make sure you like, subscribe. There'll be more E-Series content. As you can see, I'm in the middle of sorting out my EF Falcon, and we're going to do a pretty nice little performance build with a lot of drag racing and testing different components and things like that. So if you're into that kind of thing, like I said, like, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, and leave a comment. It really helps us if you comment for the algorithm. But yeah, thank you very much.